Hi, and welcome to this first Fast Panda live stream. And it's going to be a Bakunin special. I hope you can hear me. If you can't hear me, please mention in the comments in the chat, because it would be terrible if I'm just talking to nothing.
Hey, I'm here.
Yeah, you're here as well, yeah.
You're not talking to nothing.
Tonight we're going to go through all things Bakunin and all things... remember to put clothes on. Thank you, Olga. We did.
Only just.
Yeah, only just. From here upwards, downwards. Yeah.
You don't ask us to stand up.
So we're going to go through everything Bakunin, and we've just gone through the Adepticon seminar video as well, so we're excited about that. Well, I am. Koalas and spaceships.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
Yeah, anyway, Bakunin. Thank you to Corvus Belli, because they've sent us through the new release pack for free, and we're going to review that, as well as go through the profiles and the lore and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, let's... so we've got the new Bakunin Observance Action Pack, and we've got Cassandra, and we've got the Diaphoes. What we've done is we've put them all together, so rather than having chunks of metal dropped in front of you, we can show you the models. You can see the details, you can see around the back and all that kind of stuff that you don't normally get to see.
Yeah, we've given them an undercoat and a dry brush just to help the camera pick up the details, but we haven't, destroyed them with our paint schemes.
Yeah. So we've got cameras to set up so we can see all the kind of loveliness. So look back again. I'm not going to get used to that. So who have we got in? Oh, we've got Ogre, who's our guy in the seat. Say hi to them in the chat. He's going to be keeping an eye on you and reminding us that we're waffling as we are now. So
should we stop waffling and start then?
Yeah, we really need to start.
Yeah. First picture then.
First picture. Oh, we're going to the pictures first, sorry.
We should probably look at the pictures of what's actually in the boxes before we get any further.
We don't want to go that far. Whoops. Hang on. Bear with us. There we go. There at the end. We were just looking at those. Right, so the Bakunin Action Pack. We've got to the 28th, 29th. I'm pretty sure it's the 28th. You can
some point at the start of next week. So if you haven't pre-ordered it and you like the look of it, you've still got a chance to get it with all the goodies.
Yeah, look at those. They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah, so it is a Bakunin action pack, but it definitely focuses entirely on the Observance and the Order of the Knife. So you've got all of the Reverends in here, all the new Reverends, and you've got a Sin Eater, and they're all lovely.
They are. The artwork's quite nice as well.
The artwork is always very nice. Mm.
So let's have a quick look. Let's virtually open the Observant Action Pack. And here's what you get in it. So you get 9 models. Pretty much standard stuff, really, isn't it?
Yeah, 9 or 10 seems to be standard for these sort of action packs. So yeah. I think 9 models, given that some of these are quite expensive, is not unreasonable.
Yeah, so it is pretty standard thing. So yeah, I'm quite happy about that. And in there you've got your standard S5 as well as your S2s. Which seems to be a thing now, doesn't it?
I understand why it's there, though. It's a focal piece. It's a nice big wow piece to put in the action pack to draw people's attention. Because the big models are often the ones that make people go, "Ooh, what's that?" Yeah. So I'm not at all surprised that it's in there.
Okay, so shall we make a start with the...
Yeah, tell me what's first.
It is... the
Orphan of the
Orphans.
Observant.
So let's have a look at... So that's the
dossier.
Concept art.
Yeah.
And the render. The render looked quite cool. I was pretty impressed with the render. But we can actually have a close-up at it. So here's the model built.
I must say, all of these models went together really nicely. I didn't have any real problems with them.
Is that arm that's sticking out, was that a single piece?
It is a single piece. It is potentially going to be one of those things you've got to be careful of. I haven't pinned it just to see how durable it actually is. But I didn't have any problems getting it to go on. A little bit of patience, a little bit of super glue. Didn't even need to use any accelerator. It just held it very still for about 20 seconds and then left it alone for a while. Yeah. But she's a nice model. She's far more stable on her base than I thought she was going to be. Having seen the official model, she looked like she was leaning forward quite a lot. But I was quite chuffed with how stable she actually was when we got her on a base.
She's got quite a nice face.
She's not as stern as a lot of the nuns. A lot of the nuns are very nun-looking, shall we say. All the models in the pack are metal, apart from the Penitent. The Penitent is CO cast, everything else is metal.
That's Jerome in the chat saying any new materials or still metal in Sidecast, but not in this box. That Unicool stuff's not in this box, and I think that Unicool's only really going to be for the quick blast releases at the moment.
The only things I think that I know they've done in the Unicool are the stuff that's in the ITS Winners Pack for this season, which includes the alternate sculpt of the Marut and the Assassin AR. The female sculpt of that. You're supposed to be keeping us in line, not making bad puns.
Yeah, none of that is. Yeah. Right. Okay. So back to Ayatollah. Yeah. Right. Ayatollah. Why is he saying Ayatollah?
I'm guessing it's a hack Islam.
Okay. Right. Okay. Let's get back to where we're supposed to be doing. Not the browser. We don't want to go there yet. We are going to the photo book. Right, so back to her. So here's the...
That's a lot prettier than the plain grey one.
It's a lot prettier than what we could paint. It's a lot prettier than we could... And... Yeah, that's another picture, which I kind of grabbed. That looks very nice, doesn't it? I quite like the white start of a habit around the neck.
Yeah.
I think that's quite a nice touch.
So she's a nice little model. I think the profile's quite interesting as well. She's one of the cheapest observance models you can pick up at 14 points with a submachine gun. It's also the only model in the entire sectorial with an MSV2. That multi-marksman rifle at the bottom. That's the only MSV2 in the entire sectorial.
They don't need to see mimetism. They are mimetism.
They are mimetism. This is very true.
But even this has got mimetism -3. Which normally in the past they've kind of like modelled something in to show why they've got mimetism, but they haven't, don't they?
These just are. It's just tech.
They just are. Close combat 18 is not bad for a grunt.
Is it really a grunt though?
14 points.
Yeah, okay. So 14 points. Yeah, I'll give you that's grunt-esque.
Yeah. Stealth, religious. You expect religious troop on everything. Stealth. I guess you've got soft tunes.
There's a lot of them that are stealthy. There's a lot of them that are stealthy. It's an engineer, so it is a relatively cheap specialist as well.
18 points. Yep. Right. So moving on. Any comments from that? Nope. Oh, you're all quiet over there, which is nice. Reverend Moraes. So this is the concept art. She doesn't look very happy about it. Multi-rifle, sniper rifle, pistol, HMG. Yeah, these are the backbone, aren't they? They really are. Concept art for the one with
the HMG.
The HMG over the shoulder. She looks quite angry there, but let's have a quick look at the model itself. Let's see if I can get a better focus. There we go. Yeah, look at that. It's nice embossed on that breastplate. You can pick that out with inks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be lovely.
Again, another model that went together without any issue. Something I was a little surprised at is none of them are on tabs. So they all just have little pegs beneath one of the feet. So I didn't have to do any trimming them down for tab pinning like I normally do. I just managed to drill a hole and glue them into the base. Which is great because it means if you are using sculpted bases, they're a lot easier to put onto your chosen base style. But she is lovely. She is very nice.
Okay, what we've got in the comments. I wouldn't be happy if you called Moira. I think they were Moira.
And I think Steve doesn't want to be called Moira.
Oh, okay. All right, Steve.
I make no promises.
Do we like the habit and headdress? I'm not sure. Probably. I think they make them look like nuns.
I think it's a definite design choice across the range. It does detract from making them look friendly as well. The lack of hair makes them appeal more sort of. I'm trying to think of the right word for it. More faceless, more part of an organisation.
Yeah. So Scott, I didn't realise the symbol was sculpted. Yes, it is, and that's going to be lovely to paint. It's going to be one of those. Say what you like about metal models, but you get details like that, and only very few materials will do that. And I think that's what Corvus Belli looking into, which is nice. Jerome, the boots are now combat proof. Still like the old models though.
yeah, the battle high heels have gone.
Yeah, they were good. And I think you can paint these with trousers rather than having to be naked up to the bum.
Yeah, they definitely put on leggings this time round.
Like I say, looking good. I can see both the models and the stream. Thank you very much. Ogre.
It's just being Ogre. Let's just ignore it. We'll gloss over that.
Over that. Behave, Ogre.
We do have another Moira though.
Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Let's go back to the. So that's that one. I think we've got one coloured in. Yeah, look at that. She does look good. I don't know what she stood on those.
It's a tactical rock.
Tactical rock. Okie dokie. So the other one with a sniper rifle. Who, if she's on her own, will get. As soon as she kills somebody, she'll ignore the cover and start running towards people because of frenzy, which we'll come to.
Is that a teaser?
Yeah, that's a teaser. So yeah, that's what she looks like on the official photos. But let's have a quick look, a close-up cam. Oh, look at that. Yeah, she's really nice.
This was one of the few models I had a little bit of an issue with. The supporting arm, like most of the gun aiming poses, the gun and one arm and one hand is all on one piece, and the supporting arm, the one that you can see closest to you now, is a separate piece. And with it being very small contact points, it was just a little fiddly to get it to sit just right. But it wasn't too bad. I've had worse ones. But it was one of the few, because they was generally so good. It was one of the couple of bits that I definitely was aware of being awkward.
It's definitely a Nomad gun, though, isn't it?
It's definitely the Nomad sniper rifle hasn't changed that much in a long, long time.
Okay, let's. So that's the coloured in one. Any comments? Looking good. Steve, just be afraid if they stand up. Yes. Okay. Here's
more
action
pretty
shots.
pictures.
Okay. This one is because they didn't release the. So we're going to have to go to the browser and have a look.
And you've got it on the right unit already. It's almost like we were prepared.
Almost. I think the thing is, the big thing that on the forums and things is frenzy. I think people are getting upset about being frenzied.
Well, Frenzy brings with it a points discount, so it's been included to bring the Moira's cost down a little bit, to make them a little bit more appealing. Which I understand, because if you want to make up a core fire team, including Moira's, you don't want to be paying a huge amount of points for them. But you get a discount for Frenzy. However, they're going to be in a fire team. So Frenzy won't kick in until they cause a wound outside of the fire team, which they're not going to be outside of a fire team because all the Moiras have number 2. So it's only going to be when you get down to one model that the Frenzy's actually going to become an issue.
And when it gets down to one model, it's kind of you kind of want Frenzy.
Yeah. The only time I think it's actually going to be that relevant is if you're taking them in vanilla, because I'm not going to want to take a sniper who's going to forget all about cover the first time she shoots somebody.
No, that could be an issue.
That could be an
definite issue. Yeah, definite issue. Other than that, it's pretty straight. You've got mimetism -6 again, which is really nice for that sniper until you shoot somebody. Like I said, number 2, NCOs. Yeah, I like.
It's your favourite skill.
I do, especially when you got that extra +1 order from your lieutenant, which I think that demonist observant has got. So that'd be nice. And again, mid-range points-wise, 3 kind of like mid-20s to 30s.
I personally don't think they're pointed wrong. I don't have a problem with having Frenzy. I can understand why some people are a little annoyed because it does feel a bit egregious with them all having number 2. But we'll if they think they made a mistake, they'll change it in 6 months.
Yeah, they probably will. Okay, so let's. So the next one is the Reverend Healers. Do you know what? While we're here, let's see if I can activate it. There we go. Let's go to the Reverend Healers and bring that up. There we go. Reverend Healers is next anyway, so while I'm here. Again, we've got Mimetism -6. Stealth and Religious Troop, obviously. Doctor, obviously. Medikit, +1 burst. I can't remember the last time I saw that. With a Medikit. It's not something I recall have seen before.
I think there are a couple of the ones that have bonus bursts on their med kit. I think Pavati has it. I'm sure if I'm wrong, chat will tell me.
Yeah, mid-30s, so you're paying for it. Let's have a look at the photos.
It's all right, Crouching. Also, you haven't missed a huge amount. And if there's any models you specifically want to see that you don't see, shout and we'll put them back up on the close-up cam.
EB, is there to make cheaper and Bakunin exclusive without making Bakunin exclusive?
He's talking about the Moiras having Frenzy.
Ah, right.
I completely agree. I understand why they've done it. It's to dissuade you from taking it without actually taking it away from you.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Anyway.
Hoppy, Rindak.
Does he have +1 as well? So yeah, I told you chat would tell me.
Yep. The more paramedic. Yeah.
Yep.
It's not something I've noticed. It's just one of those things. It's not something I've noticed.
You don't play Mora.
No. Right. Okay. So let's move off for this concept art. Yeah. This when I saw this one, I thought, oh, that looked quite nice. It's very active. I'm not sure what the dots are on the smock, but yeah, it does look good. So shall we have a quick look at the model? So here's the model.
Out of focus.
She's not bad. Again, look at those. The detail in that shoulder, just there. See, look at my size of my big finger. The detail of that shoulder, it'll just take washes and things just so nicely. Yeah.
Another lovely sculpt, and again keeping the habit and headdress thing.
Just to keep it going.
Just to keep the theme going.
I have the old one, if you want to compare it.
Of course, we can't miss an opportunity to put your painting up on screen.
Oh no! So here's the old one.
Which is still a lovely model.
Still a lovely model.
But it's got hair. You can see some of its hair.
And
which makes it look a little friendlier.
There we go. Yeah, she definitely more friendly than that one.
Stern. They look more stern and more austere
do
with the
look
habits.
more stern,
that's
yeah.
the words I was looking for earlier.
Yeah, well, let's get rid of this now. But yeah, she looks great. I do like her.
I liked the knee sliding one with the boarding shotgun too. Otter. That was a nice sculpt.
Okay. So coloured in, she's lovely. Yeah, the detail on the shoulder, you can just.
And don't forget, Carlos has assured us that all you have to do is put it near a pot of paint, and it looks like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to be.
I choose to disbelieve.
Okay, EB. I do like the old one. I would definitely trust the whip check on the old one more. Yes, probably done the whips a lot more often. This one is going to scare you into feeling better. Yes, definitely. Oga says, "Do you not want doctors to be friendly?" No, I don't think they do. I think she does look. That one. Oh, sorry, see, I can't press the buttons. Yeah, she does look scary, doesn't she? She got a bit of a witch look to her. Painted, she looked great. Looks a lot softer. Okay, so.
Did you want to look at the profile before we moved on?
We looked at the profile first.
You put it up, but then we actually talked about it.
So I thought we did. Okay, here we go.
Oh, you mentioned the +1 medikit.
Yeah.
Sorry, you did.
I know. -6 mimetism as well.
Everything in this faction.
Everything in this faction. Do you know why we're here? Shall we see if I can find the
Sin Eater.
The Sin Eater. Let's find the Sin Eater. Press stop when you see the Sin Eater. Here we go, Sin Eater. So the Sin Eater, again, mimetism -3.
Neurocynetics.
That's the one. And that's the full burst in ARO, but only 1 in your active turn, which I think sucks a little bit, to be honest.
It gives it a very defined role.
It does, doesn't it? Heavy machine gun, multi-sniper rifle, Mark 12. Yeah, this is the big stuff.
It's got a new profile. That marksmanship profile is new, and it's only available to Bakunin.
Ooh.
You can't get the marksmanship profile in vanilla.
All right.
Which I kind of like.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are interesting. They've got some really interesting lore notes. I mean, they've apparently got nails driven into their spines, which are electrocuted when they do bad things to persuade them to be good. They've been a long-standing staple in Nomads, and then in Bakunin when Sectorials came out. I do like them.
Yeah. Yeah, they are pretty cool. They always were cool way back.
They were a pain back in the day. Yeah. They've got a nice high ballistic skill at 13. They've got the mimetism. They get undone by smoke, but most of this sectorial gets undone by smoke with only 1 MSV2 in the entire thing. Okay,
let's have a quick look at chat while we're here. We've got. Do you want Doctor to be friendly? Steve says depends whether or not they're trained in Pano or not. Well, yeah.
Pano doesn't train doctors. It just assumes people get a new body.
Carcinosa, does Agatha look friendly, Ogre? We will go. We will
get
to Agatha. Healing hammer, yeah, it's definitely a healing hammer. Like the 112 axe, yeah, there's definitely a healing axe. Steve says it certainly cure a headache. It will. Crouching Otter, here let me loving let me loving thunderhammer your bones back together. Yeah, Dan, tap, tap, tap. EB, so again, Sin Eater for Bakunin, Grenzer, Sniper for vanilla. I don't know.
Even without marksmanship, the neurocynetics on the Sin Eater does make it kind of tempting in vanilla. Has he got a better ballistic skill than a Grenzer? I can't remember. I do like the Grenzer Sniper because he does have marksmanship. You're not going to find him on there because...
I'd have to come out of there and mess it up. Yeah.
But it's a good question. I see your point, EB. Did they not have shock immunity before Hoppy? I hadn't realised that.
You're not certain. How many points are they? Mid-30s?
They're on a par with other snipers.
Yeah.
They're on a par with the Grenzer.
Grenzer has 13. Yeah.
They're not as expensive as an Intruder, but the Intruder comes with camouflage and MSV2. It'd be more expensive if you had total reaction, so I think that's why in Neurocynetics it's a discounted version of total reaction. I like him. He looks nice too.
He does look cool with that blank face, mate.
Should we have a look at him?
Yeah, I think we should.
I think we call that a segue.
Yeah, here we go. Here he is. Yeah, look at the detail on his legs. On his right leg. That does look cool. He's got kind of like gubbins at the back of his helmet.
Now, this was the other one that had a slight issue. So when I was putting him together, there's a join you can probably just see in his leg, just about there. I could either get the leg to be flush and then he wouldn't stand on his base straight and everything would be squiff, or I had to put the leg slightly off and fill it in a bit. So I went for option B. I know it's there. I doubt when I painted it, I'll notice. But I might just have been, putting the leg on at a slightly the wrong angle or something. But he is lovely. And if that's the biggest problem I had assembling the entire box, I will take it.
Yeah, he does look good.
He does look cool.
I think with it definitely needs the white helmet. That does make him look a bit more.
No, I think he's really nice.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Mine won't look like that.
I wish I could paint that kind of blue glow that they've got going. I think that's one day. Okay, so what we got? We've got.
Everyone was telling me that the Grenza had ballistic skill 13,
which was nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Steve, are linkable in Tunguska.
Makes sense.
And saying that Mr. Ogre's correct.
He usually is, but don't tell him that.
Don't tell him that because it'll go to his head.
So a Grenza with marksmanship is the same points as a Sin Eater with marksmanship, but without the neurosynetics. But he does have. I don't know. I like the Grenza sniper, but that's probably because mine's lucky.
Yeah,
mine is very lucky.
It is very lucky. Right. Okay, so let's move on because we've got loads to get through. Reverend Custodians.
The Hacker Nuns.
Yeah. What's the background on these?
The background on these?
Because I don't know. They look cool, but I don't know what the background is.
Some forewarning would have been nice if I could grab my notes.
Oh, sorry. I'll put you on camera and everything now.
Oh, gee, no pressure.
Loads of pressure. Yeah, I've got to keep him active. Got to keep him on his toes. We're supposed to be going through all the background on all of them, but...
we got distracted by pretty models. We often get distracted by pretty models.
Yeah, we do. Okay, go on. Go on.
Well, give me a chance to read.
Okay. Right. Let's have a quick look at the model itself. Yeah, look at that. Now, if you're not a very good painter, models like this just make it so much easier to make a good finish on it. There's a dry brush or inks or things like that. Just make it look so nice. And look at that. How much fun can you have with stripes on the back? It's just, yeah, absolutely gorgeous. And this is the Hacker version. Hacker with whatever it is in the centre of a chest, some kind of plugs and things. It's just so much detail on that. It's just amazing.
It is a lovely model. I do have a soft spot for the old Custodia though. The one that was holding the rifle behind her legs and had a cable with a data jack type plug on the end of it. I do have a soft spot for that old model as well. Now I've had a chance to check my notes.
Sorry, dude.
It's quite alright. The most interesting thing I thought in the lore about these the Reverend Custodians was the fact that they're all apparently very young, a lot younger than a lot of the other members of the Observance, because of the high death rate that they have, because they are sent in against Aleph and they're not expected to survive very long.
Oh.
So a lot of them are considerably younger than other members of the Observance.
But they are pretty cool.
I mean, we'll get to the profile in a second, I'm sure, but I quite like them as a hacker.
Spoilers. Yeah, but they are gorgeous. Let's have
it is a very pretty model.
Let me find the Observant.
Second from the top, just below moderators. I think you're in the wrong window, sir.
There we go.
There we go. Up there. You got it. Scroll down. There you are.
There we go. I found it!
So, again, -6 mimetism. Noticing a pattern?
Yeah.
Ballistic Seal 12 isn't bad. So, combined with the -6 mimetism on cover, it is the LT option, you're right, Ogre. The profiles are all around 30 points. There's a killer hacker option, there's various hacker options in there. They all come, apart from the boarding shotgun, all the combi rifles come with pictures.
Carbonite +1 burst, that's cool.
Yeah. I actually think they make nice little hackers because they are half decent gunfighters as long as they're not fighting something that can see through their mimetism. You can put people in tricky situations where they've got to make a choice with their ARO before you commit. And they're a specialist that you can move up the board that has a degree of survivability because of that mimetism.
Yeah, giving cover, mimetism, so -9s.
And they're Reverends, so they can join all the Reverend fire teams without breaking any of the bonuses.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Which is a good thing.
Okay, so what does the chat say? So, the chat, we've got Sculptor the Sniper that looks a bit like the viral sniper in Spiral. Yes. Yeah, it does seem to have pose types that recycle, but they are cool. Cassandra has the same pose as the Karlstrom Daufei. Yeah, I think it does.
Similar. I'm going to give you similar.
But there's only so many forms the human shape can take, I think. And then we've got Otter. I really like the new Custodia. There's always been something slightly creepy about the face mask. I don't know. I think it looks quite cool.
I like that. I get what you mean, though. All the models that have the face mask where you can't see their face, there is something slightly off-putting about the fact that they would be faceless.
Yeah, it's quite cool with the little gas mask things at the side. It's pretty cool. Ogre LT option in the box. Yes, it is an LT option that's in the box.
It's one of the few LT options in the box, to be honest. There are limited LT options in this sector. Certainly if you're playing the observance side.
Yeah, and it's whip 14 Ogre, as you said. Okay, so moving on.
I think we can move on from there.
Because we've got lots to get to. And I think let's go to the controversial ones.
The Cenobites.
Cenobites. Quite controversial. I don't know why. I think they're pretty cool. The artwork is looking great. The missile launcher. He changes models quite quickly with a close-up. Missile launcher we'll start with. Yeah, that looks awesome, doesn't it?
It's a rocket launcher, technically, I think, isn't it? Heavy rocket launcher?
I don't know. Let's have a look at the close-up cam. Yeah, she's very nice.
Now, the little halo-y thing behind her head, they are separate pieces. They are a little fiddly. They go in easily enough, but they are a little fiddly.
The iron halos, you say?
The halo effect behind their head, I refuse to call it that, out of principle. But if you didn't want to include them, and left them off, you wouldn't really notice because it's just a little groove in the back of the helmet. So if that's not to your aesthetic taste, then it wouldn't be hard to leave off.
Yeah, I do like the half masks.
I think they look really cool.
That does look nice.
And I don't understand why everyone is losing their mind over them.
Mm.
But we'll get to that in a second, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's her coloured in.
Again, mine will never look like that because that's really pretty.
No, that is really pretty. Yeah, the details is it's just fantastic, isn't it? And the chain rifle ones. Okay, the chain rifle ones. This one's my favourite, and this is probably what I'm going to end up using quite a lot. Let's have a quick look at the actual model itself. Very dynamic pose.
It's a great pose. Fits very well with them being impetuous.
They do look cool. Steve says Bakunin Teutonic Knights. Apart from they can't dodge as good.
And they don't have as good a ballistic skill or as good a ranged options.
Yeah, I think I prefer the Teutonic Knights. Ogre says that really chain rifle one. Yeah, my favourite as well. Crouching Otter. Both look very cool. They do look very cool. And I think I think these are my favourite models in the box. I think I like heavy armour and all that kind of stuff.
Do you? I've not noticed.
Don't you?
No, I've never noticed that.
I'm telling you now. I do like that kind of stuff, and I do like these. And yeah, I think these are my favourite in the whole box. These two. If we put both of them together, let's have a look at both. If we can focus on both of them, but yeah, they do look good. There we go. See that do? Yeah, they do look good. I think they'll be the first ones I paint. I'm looking at the thing. EB, the claw likes HI. I had no idea. Yeah. I think there's a thing going on. Anyway.
Worst kept secret in the world, that.
Yeah. Crouchiotta, I might leave the halo off, but I've not made my mind up. Well, you can build it without the halo and then decide, can't you? That's the thing.
I built them, and I wasn't sure about the halos when I first built them. I would say when you're doing the heavy rocket launcher one, don't do what I did. Put the halo on before you put its right arm on. Otherwise, that's a really tiny gap to try and work in. But they look just as good with and without. Having done them, the halos are staying on. They're not coming off now. I've fiddled about with them.
Yeah. Okay.
What's next?
Yeah.
The painted ones.
The painted ones.
So pretty.
Yeah, I could never do anything as good as that.
And now the bit that's upset everybody.
Why? Oh look, mimetism -6.
I think what's upset people is that they're seeing mimetism -6, 2 wounds for 20 points or 21 points.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
They are cheap for a 2 wound mimetism.
They are
6.
certainly cheaper than Teutonic Knights.
They're cheaper than Teutonic Knights. They don't dodge as well as a Teutonic Knight. They can't shoot as well as a Teutonic Knight, and they don't.
He's got a chain rifle. He doesn't have to shoot as well.
But they don't have the ranged options of Teutonic Knights. Mimetism -6 is great, but it can be hard countered by MSV. So I don't see a problem. I'd rather have a couple of these running at me than a couple of Teutonic Knights, but that could just be my bias from recent games.
I'll get used to them. There's some more coming.
Oh, great.
But yeah, I do like these. For me, and the type of unit I generally take, these are cheap as chips. Get loads of them.
I think they're cheap because they've got impetuous and they don't have a brilliant ballistic skill.
And you can have as many as you like.
You can have quite a lot of them. You're going to have to buy many boxes, but you can have as many as you like.
Yeah. That's the biggest problem, isn't it? Okay.
Comments.
Crouchiotta, I see no problem. Move along, yeah. Nothing to see here. Shrimbroad, cheap Harris option. Yeah. That would be nice. With 3 of those together. EB, I play Ariadne amongst others. You counter mimetism with heavy flamethrowers. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. And these guys won't dodge out the way on 17s like certain people. Not that I'm bitter.
Okay.
Oh, the big girl.
The big girl, the Penitent Observant. The standard, or as in now, S5 unit. She looks good, and this is the Sirecast one.
Yeah.
This is the Sirecast one. If we have a look at the yeah, that when I saw it, I thought that would look good. But I've seen the model in actual fact. But let's let you have a look. So here she is in all the Sirecast. Was she bent and warped like Sirecast?
Not at all. She was absolutely fine. Some mold lines, but nothing too terrible to work with. I've certainly come across worse. Normal Sirecast type issues that you've got to be careful so it doesn't go fluffy when you're filing it off. But this model had to be Sirecast because the way the arms go on is the little arm goes on first, and then the big arm glues onto the little arm to attach it. You couldn't have done that with metal, not without drilling a whacking great pin straight through the middle of it. The Sirecast is light enough you can get away with it. This was the only other model that needed any filling because to get the head to those little pipes on the back of her head, the cables to line up with the cables on the back of the body, left a little gap below her neck, but a little bit of green stuff. You can't tell anymore. But she's nice. And she's got a couple of interesting loadouts. I'm not sure how often I'll be using her in a list because of the price point she's at. She'd be tricky, I think, for me to work into lists.
I have problems with S5. They're generally expensive, and she's not as expensive as some, but...
I see that statement, sir, and I raise you the word Moang.
Moangs are special.
Oh, okay.
They're special to me.
They're the exception that proves the rule, are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Where back to?
We are going back to the pictures because the profile is on here. So that's
She's pretty.
Yeah, it's very pretty. So here's the profile. Mimetism -3, yay. EMC Hacker, -3 immunity, shock, religious troop, that's fair enough. Yeah, 37 points is not a lot.
It's not a lot, but she's going to benefit most, I think, from being in a Harry's. And the profile you get in the box isn't the 37.1, it's the middle one, the one with the EM grenade launcher. So that's what, 41?
Yeah.
But it is a +1 burst EM grenade launcher, so when she's in a Harry's, that's a burst 3.
Burst 3 grenades
EM
over
grenade
the wall.
launcher.
Yeah. Can't see you, don't care.
No, if you expect it to fire, it'll go down to burst 1.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but that'd be cool, wouldn't it? Still
But if you've got a fire team of heavy infantry spread out in front of you, you can get them all.
Yeah. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the comments. We've got big girl or little tag. Yeah, definitely.
Technically little tag, I think, for the purposes of your question, Otter.
Ogre, what is that on the back of her head? Painted brown and coloured in one. Let's have a quick look at the close-up.
So it's these cables. I think they're supposed to get control cables from her neural net to the suit.
Yeah, you can see the.
And with that, I wanted to get those to line up more than to get her neck smooth on the rest of the body. I think that'd be more prominent when you're looking at her on the table.
Brain pipes, yes, brain pipes, big brown brain pipes. Crouching off it, I quite like you. Yeah, points to you, Crouching Otter. Okay, let's have a look, see what we've got next.
I'm guessing
the DFO's box now. Yay!
Okay. And the mission for that came out today as well.
We did, and we've looked at it.
Briefly, I've had a brief look at it.
Okay, look at those three. They do look fun.
I think all three of these models are lovely.
Yeah. So we're going to start with Constantino.
Constantinos.
Yeah, that's the fella.
We're going to the other religious nutters.
Yeah, the rifle ones. I quite like these.
It's very much in your wheelhouse at the moment, isn't it?
He's very military orders are kind of on my desk at the moment. Let's have a quick look at him. So this one is painted black because I'm painting him for a few games that are going to be coming up. Yeah, loads of detail again. It's going to make my life so much easier. The only issue I did have is the sword doesn't quite line up. It was either one way or the other. So when this outer skirt cloak goes on, it doesn't quite line up, and I did try, but at arm's length you cannot tell, but you can tell on zoom in cam. But yeah, he's lovely, isn't he?
Far nicer than the old sculpt.
I can't remember the old sculpt.
The old sculpt looks like he's falling over.
Okay, let's go back and see one that's properly painted. There we go.
Is that detail on the shoulder pad actually sculpted in on this one?
No.
No, it's not. Okay.
No. I just looked at the model. No.
I look forward to seeing your freehand to match that.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
I'll give it a go. Okay, so now let's. You know what? I'm going to do this.
Oh.
No, I'm not, because it's scrolled down.
Whilst Clara's doing that, so look what's going on in the comments. We have 3 religious nuts per Bostro now, but military orders, Bakunin and Assassin and Baram. Am I forgetting anybody? The Datarazi, technically, I suppose, are religious nutters, but they're not a whole faction, are they? They're just one. Crouching Otter looks like any other Blue Knight to me. They do all blend into one, especially when they're all charging at you. It's just shoot any of them. And Steve, Agatha does look like she wrestled the hammer off a bareboat in a pub brawl. I love it. She's definitely sturdy as Agatha. I wouldn't put it past her to be able to take the hammer off a bareboat.
Okay, so this is the profile. It's whip 13, ballistic skill 12, which is not great. But I've got multispectral visor level 2. I can see you, Bakunin. Which for me is what matters. I can see you, any of you, Bakunin. All that mimetism wasted, and I think that's on purpose. FTO option, as always, I'm a fan. But you can go get some infiltration going. Special op, yeah.
I actually prefer the infiltration profile personally. You don't have a lot of infiltrators in military orders. You've got your tertiaries.
You've got the tertiaries, which are they're reasonably cheap.
They're reasonably cheap. So
Roughly about that price. Well, roughly 24,
so it's
28.
potentially another infiltrator if you wanted to play that game.
2 armour.
But I can see his value in a fire team, and if you're trying to save points.
Definitely got some. The multipliers level 2 against Bakunin. He's gonna be up there. It's also going to be against any Shazvasti that I might be facing soon, or any sneaky O12s that I might be facing soon. So yeah, that might be why it's in there.
Okay, O12 on sneaky. I'd just like to state that for the record.
Okay, so let's pop back. Yeah, I'm going to look forward to painting him. Okay, so next one. Here she is.
She looks very cheerful in that art.
She does look happy. Yeah, she does look like she's wrestled the hammer off a bear in a bar roll. Okay, so where do we get to? Agatha, big girl or little tag?
She's a sturdy girl, is Agatha.
She's a sturdy girl. I like her. I do like her. I like that concept art. I really do. This one looks a little bit slimmer. When I first saw it, I weren't too sure what to expect, but let's have a quick look at the close-up. Here she is. Look at that face. A face only a mother could love. She looks angry.
She does look angry.
I feel so for the bear.
I was expecting this model to be a pain to get to line up, with the 2 hands on the hammer and all the pose and everything. It went together like an absolute dream. I didn't have to bend anything. I didn't have to maneuver anything. It just all went together exactly as you would want it to. It was wonderful. Nice big contact points. It balances perfectly on the base. I didn't even have to glue it originally. I only glued it down because obviously I was going to be spraying it. The Vulcan shotgun on her side. I think this might be my favourite sculpt from the set.
Yeah, he's even got that embossed symbol on the chest again. Yeah. To make life easier for you to paint.
Yeah, I'm really taken with her as a model.
Hammer from a Bear Pose, the new Ariadne cocktail. Yeah, I kind of like that.
You'll have to send us the recipe, Oga.
Both would give you the hangover of a lifetime. Probably Steve. Crouching Otter, she loves her job. You can see it on her smile. Yes, you can. Look at that. Playing whack-a-mole. Whack-a-bear.
You wouldn't want her to whack you.
Yeah.
You really wouldn't.
Yeah, she does look good. And she does look very angry in that fully painted pose.
Although her skin tone's changed a bit in the fully painted pose from the dossier.
Yeah.
It's a lovely model. Yeah. Really nice. I like the profile. When I first saw it, I thought she was a little expensive.
Oh, look, Medikit plus 1 burst. It's everywhere now.
Now you've seen it, you won't be able to unsee it anywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Vulcan shotgun, I think, is a lovely weapon that we don't see enough of.
Is that 14?
It's damage 14, continuous damage. So basically it's either a small teardrop flamer or 2 shots at +6 within 8 inches, whilst you're at -6 for shooting back at her. And she's probably got friends.
Yeah.
And she's healing people on a 17.
Dogged too. How can she be stealthy?
Yeah, it's a fair point, Hoppy. Actually, do you want to go and jump on to Army? Because I think the one in Army has been updated from that
picture. Has it? Oh,
yeah.
okay. You keep chatting.
I will keep chatting. I'll see if anyone else.
Because I've got to go and go back now. Look at this. I've got to kind of...
Well, yes, while Claudia's doing technical things.
Technical things.
See, EB, man of taste. He agrees, favourite model.
Nomads. There we go. I'm getting there. And I think So near the bottom, I believe.
She'll be near the bottom, yeah.
Yeah,
Right at the bottom. So yeah, it's now an explosive close combat weapon, not a trench hammer, and her points values have changed a little bit. They've come down a bit. But I think martial arts level 2, so she's going to be hitting on a 25 with that explosive close combat weapon.
Well, it's going to sting.
That's going to leave a mark.
Yeah. That's if you get close enough without getting past that bumping shotgun. Or break a combi rifle. If you're facing bears.
True.
Yeah, I'm playing Ariadne. Alright, I'm bringing the nuns.
So, Crouching Under what does pose the question, why bother with a Reverend Healer when Agatha is available?
Points.
Do you want to save 5 points, maybe? If you want 2. Because she got no wounding cap. She does, yep. She's a nice model, nice profile. I certainly prefer the profile that's been updated in Army than the one we saw in the build-up.
Yeah, it's definitely better.
Yeah,
definitely better. Okay, so she's got no wounding, but yep, cool. So let's. Yeah, I do like that. Oh, Robin Hood. Hook.
You keep doing that.
Well, I don't know. I think it's because I've got a hook. Drop bears. Hey. Yeah, that does look good. Let's have a look at the close up. Spin around. The crossbow on the arm. I like that. That is quite.
As soon as I saw that, I knew she was going to have climbing plus.
I don't think I'm going to pick mine green.
I think they went to the green for the Robin Hood / Robin Hook tie-in.
I don't like it. I think it's going to be a different colour.
It's not going to be the colour I'm going to go for, I don't think.
No. I think
don't ask me what I'm going to go for.
I think I'm metallic. I think it should look good as a metallic.
But she's got loads of lovely detail on her. That little half hood coat cloak thing is really nice. The crossbow on her arm, nice dynamic pose.
The hood so she doesn't get recognised.
Oh, of course, just walking around as an AI with a crossbow on your arm, no one's going to notice you. Really nice objective marker, but not just an objective marker.
No,
she's available to nomads.
Yeah, you can take her. Yeah, that's her in the green.
Really nice paint job, but the green doesn't quite work for me.
Okay, is this been updated? So shall I go straight to the browser? Let's go to the browser anyway.
I think that one's right, but you can go to the browser just in case.
Let's go to the browser just in case, because it's only here. I've got to kind of interact with it first, so there we go.
I'm really interested to use this.
Yeah, I like the idea that she's got a booty, so she could have a HMG.
That booty roll could be anything. She could have 5 points of armor. She's basically a super mobile repeater that can defend herself.
Extremely super if she gets the movement bonus.
She got climbing plus. She's got super jump. She can get it. She's basically got 2 wounds with the transmutation.
Ballistic skill of 14 with that bow. That's not bad.
So if you're within 8 inches, she's hitting on a 17.
Yeah. So that is pretty good. Rifle plus 1 damage.
So damage 14 rifle. It's not to be sniffed at.
Yeah, but you've only got BS of 11 at that.
But you can go into suppression fire with it.
Yeah.
Which you can't with the bow. You can get her into awkward positions, and she then sits there as a repeater.
And
yes,
she's only 23 points.
Yes, she's heavy infantry, so she can be hacked. But if you can hack her, all of the nomad hackers can hack you.
Yeah, that's a problem. That is a problem. Super jump, climbing plus. Yeah.
It's a go anywhere repeater that defends itself. I'm really interested to use her in one of my lists because she is available to vanilla as well. She's not exclusive to Bakunin.
That is pretty cool. There's something else that they're going for, like Pandora and things like that. HVT yet going into a certain faction. I kind of like it.
I do. It's not just a pretty token.
Okay.
Comments before we move on, shall we?
Yep.
Robin Hook is the most non-Aleph but Aleph-esque model in the game. Yeah, I suppose. She is a rogue AI after all. Ogre's making bad dad jokes again. So will ignore it. Yeah, she is a super fast panda. That's probably why I like her.
That can defend herself. Yeah.
That's probably why I like her.
Yeah. With weapons. Okay, so let's go on to Cassandra. Kusanagi. Yeah. Not the first sculpt of Cassandra. By a
Second,
long
not the
way.
third, not the fourth.
I like this one. I do like this one. With the grenade launcher.
It is the first one with a grenade launcher, because she's never had a grenade launcher before.
Yeah, I kind of like that. So here's what she looks like. She is lent very far forward.
But balances surprisingly well, despite that. I put her back about as far on the base as I felt comfortable. I do like the grenade launcher sculpt. That's a nice...
Those under pods things.
Yeah, the cylindrical grenade launcher. Which is the same sort of grenade launcher they've got on the Sister Penitent as well.
Yeah, she's very far forward for me. I think I'd probably be tempted to bend her up a little bit. Get her a bit more vertical, but it's pretty cool.
Believe it or not, though, she went in without needing to be glued, and she stayed standing up.
Fair enough.
So the balance on her is incredible. I think it helps that all the weight is in the back here on this coat, so it's not as...
Yeah, there's quite a lot of cloak there.
Yeah, there's not quite as much weight over the front as you first think.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of cloak.
And it's multi-layered. She's a very nice sculpt.
Nicely painted.
We're not looking at her profile.
Hang on. Give me technicals. Right, okay. Better kind of... Let's get away from her.
Up a bit, because she's been around for a while.
Yeah.
There she is.
Yeah, she is. Look.
So, multi-rifle, EM grenade launcher, and a zapper.
39 points. Bargain.
And if you take her as your LT in that configuration, you get an extra point of SWC.
Which in this box you kind of need.
Which you do need in this list. if you're using the models in this box to get to 300 points, you need her as your LT, because otherwise it doesn't work.
Maybe she's -6. Oh, that's right. No wounding cap. Yeah, religious troop, obviously.
Counts as a specialist worker, she's got specialist operative skill.
Close combat's not as... I thought she'd be better in hand-to-hand. I thought she might have a marital arts level 1 or 2, just to kind of boost that, but no.
There is quite an interesting quote from Cassandra Kusanagi in the fluff for her, which basically goes along the lines of, "We have to bring that ship to safety. We have to kill them all, except for one to make him talk. We're going to find out who they are, who they work for, and we're going to make sure that they're not ever going to hurt us again, because that's what the observance is for. That is what we are for." So she's not nice.
She's straight to business.
She's straight to business.
She is to business. Yeah, she's... yeah, I do like that. Okay, any comments on that? My fourth Cassandra Kusanagi model. Yes, crouching. And the current ITS, I can run all 4. One as Kusanagi, the other as Hollow Echoes for the Corsair. Yeah, why not? You thought she'd be better in CCY because she has a sword. Yeah. You should know that it's no guarantee of the game of the clock. Yeah, you're right, I know. What's that in Latin? I don't know.
What's what in Latin, Ogre?
Okay. So that is that's all the models.
That's all the models.
That we're done.
That is all of them.
Yeah, we're done. There's no else. Yeah, there's loads more.
There's loads.
Okay.
There's the fire team lists.
There's the fire team list. Nothing shouts at me, but I'm a bit dim sometimes.
You can make some quite interesting fire teams that are going to be mixed. Oh, I don't know what the Cassandra quote is in Latin. Give me a week.
Oh, Chaska long arms. They're going to be taken. Not.
So the Reverends, you can mix them all together. to make a fire team of Reverends. So you get the Moiras, the Healers, Custodians, Cenobites, Kusanagi and Agatha, and they all count as coherent, which is nice. So you can use the Cenobites to bring the cost down of your core fire team. You've got the Observance one, which can again be quite cheap with those orphans, because the cheapest one was 14 points.
Yeah.
So you can, again, them and Cenobites to boost the Penitent without making the cost extortionate. There's a few interesting things you can do in there if you're just looking at the Observance things.
The new stuff.
And the Armoured Fire teams, the tag that we haven't looked at yet, the Stigmata, that's going to be new. That can also tear it out with an Orphan as a duo.
Engineer.
And you got your Engineer straight with you. Yeah,
it's a Scarface and Cordelia.
It is a Scarface and Cordelia,
which I like.
I
do like that deal.
Again, I'd never noticed.
Okay.
A couple of questions here though. Dominus Face Smashy. That's probably not far off, Steve. Yep, Crouching the Engineer and Stigmata duo. Were Taskmasters linkable before? I think they were, but I could be wrong.
Well, they are now.
I think you could take Taskmasters and Morlocks in a fire team before.
Duos, Harrison duos.
I like the idea of the Taskmaster trying to keep the Morlocks in line.
No more drugs.
Aww.
The Bakunin version of Wildcat Engineering Gator. Yep. So we've got the so that's what's been delivered. What coming out soon? We've got the Meteors on coming out, the Stigmata coming out, the expansion packs. You've seen all this. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen all this. So let's zip past it. I like this one.
This is a really nice sculpt. It looks really dynamic, really cool.
Yeah, that's.
It's a great way to do a flying model
How
without
up-to-date
a
are we?
flying stand.
We have an hour ago. This came out on the interwebs. We've got it. Yeah, we are on the ball with this. So, yeah, I do.
He says this now. It's all about to go horribly wrong, I'm sure.
Yeah. Look at that. That was.
I was curious how they were going to do the new Meteorzond, because they don't do anything with the flying base, and that is a really nice way of doing it. It looks like it's flying. It looks dynamic, but at the same time, it doesn't look like it's going to fall apart.
Yeah. And I asked the question, why hasn't he got Climbing Plus or...
I'm going to let chat answer that, because when you asked me earlier, I had no answer.
This is... Yeah. Why don't the Meteorzond have Climbing Plus or thing? It's flying! Yeah, 22 points in... Let's have a quick look at the... interact with it. Come on, interact. There we go. The Zonds... Meteorzond. See, absolutely no. Is parachute combat jump? Yes, but it's flying.
Am I right in saying though that for Bakunin this is the only combat jump troop they have?
I would, but I can't actually go on the characteristics, so I can't see myself.
I'm sure chat will tell me.
Yeah. For 22 points, it does a lot. It's really nice. I think I might have to invest in this for my nomads.
I think for all nomad factions, the Meteorzond is great because it's a combat jumping repeater. You got something pesky you want to hack that's hidden in a corner. All right, land a Meteorzond near it, immobilise it, then roll around the corner with a boarding shotgun.
So yes, that fire team existed. Taskmaster fire team unchanged.
I was right.
Yay. And Hoppy, thank you, Hoppy.
Thank you, guys.
Steve, completely missed before. Crouching times because it has combat jump and parachutes. Yeah, but it's still flying. It's crouching time. It's still flying. It should be able to fly up a wall. Anyway, such is life. All right, next one. Moving on. Stigmata. Now that looks good.
This is a lovely piece of artwork.
That artwork looks good. This artwork looks good as well. You've got a heavy flamethrower. Yeah, go on then. That's all you need, and a rocket launcher. But that, I was disappointed when I watched the Adepticon video. I thought, I don't like that big ring. Nobody likes a big ring. Okay, let's have a quick look at the chat.
Really, you didn't like that?
No.
Okay.
You like it?
I do like it. I see what you mean about the frisbee on his back.
Yeah. It just looks a bit out of place.
I like it. I do
Okay.
like it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's have a quick look at chat. Ralph says it's an orchid flyer. Yeah, all right then. It can fly with it can land with style.
Yeah, it falls with style. That's what it's doing. Is it? Okay.
Falling with style. Crouching Tiger, Meteor exists in all nomad fangs except Corregidor. We don't have them. We don't need them. We don't want them.
I think thou dost protest too much.
Hoppy used up all the fuel in the combat jump. Yes, fair enough. And Chilburn, hi. Hello, Chilburn. And you can join us. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that at all.
The Stigmata, you're not a fan?
No.
Fair enough.
No.
But it's a hacker tag.
It is a hacker tag, yeah. Is the Stigmata on Army yet? I think
It is on Army.
Yeah, so let's go to the more up-to-dated one than this. If I can find it.
Right at the bottom.
Right at the bottom, you said.
Right towards the bottom it'll be, along with all the other new stuff. There it is.
Stigmata. So.
For a Structure 3 tag, it's quite cheap.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Hacking device, updated, carbonite plus 2 damage. That's pretty good.
It can defend itself.
Certainly can defend it.
And it's got an ECM against incoming hacking as well.
So you got that firewall.
Yeah.
Basically a built-in firewall,
Yep.
essentially.
Bonus damage on the ballistic skill attack, obviously, because it's a tag. Tactical awareness, because it's a tag. It's got a heavy flamethrower with an extra burst. So what's that? It's going to be damage 15 heavy flamethrower.
Yeah, walk
Walk around the corner.
And blast both ways.
Yep.
For all those units.
Or an extra burst heavy rocket launcher with the extra damage as well.
Yeah.
For 58 points, I do quite like that profile.
I'd probably put up with that big ring.
Oh, you put up big.
I'd probably put up with that big frisbee on its back. Yeah. Okay.
I do not accept your challenge, Chilburn. Every time I deploy my meteor zone, I will be making space fighter noises because I'm 12. On the inside, my inner child is 12.
Ralph, I quite like the Stigmata design. Something different. Yes, it is. Falling with style. Must be definitely falling with style. That is. I'm happy with that now.
That's satisfying.
I'm happy with
cool.
that now. Yeah. Heretic, burn bright. Yes. There we go. Croby's. I think Croby's pretty much got it. We'll certainly burn everybody. Okay, so next.
What's next on our little list?
Back to the photos. There we go. The initiated. The very fed-up-looking initiated.
She doesn't look happy. She looks less happy there.
She looks stoned there. Come on.
She doesn't look happy there.
She's been sniffing on the incense. Don't know if that was one of the. Let's go to the browser. Let's find the. There they are.
Directly above the
Above.
Stigmata.
There we are.
See, the first thing I thought when I looked at these was they're kind of a bit like Moran Masai, but not as good. They can sort of infiltrate with one use camo, and they can deploy a repeater rather than a crazy koala. They're not a repeater themselves. That's what they seem. That's the gap they seem to fill for me. I wasn't really taken with them as a profile. I might have been. What? There's a parachutist option.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about them I couldn't quite get my head around. Obviously, you don't have Moran Masai in Bakunin, but that's kind of what they felt a bit like to me.
Okay.
I'm sure there are smarter people out there who will tell me I'm an idiot and they should be used like this.
Morans are the best troops in Nomads, so hard to compare.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah. Discount zeros.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. I do like zeros though. But I suppose if you're running an observant sectorial rather than a Bakunin one.
Okay, moderators. Oh, bless them.
These look familiar.
Yeah, moderators, bless them.
I still like these sculpts. I think the moderators look nice. I think they've aged well. I think they embody the weirdness of Bakunin, because there's one there with rabbit ears.
And why not?
Because.
Yeah. Respect me.
And then the Morlocks, which again we've seen before.
Yeah.
And again, I still like these sculpts, so
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to see them carry on.
They're the two that are going to carry on. The others are going to be discontinued. So Katana Girl and all the others, the Cockman and things like that, they're going to be discontinued. So if you've got,
I get a second Harley Quinn.
if you wanted one,
I don't have the other 3 models in that box.
okay. Oh, Demon's Observant. Now this is one I'm looking forward to. But let's have a quick look, see what's happening in the chat. Only Mimis is -3. Yeah.
Do you usually build your list with 2 Morans and go from there? I tend to agree. Mine are on my painting desk at the moment. I'm desperate to get time to paint them around my O12.
The initiated are so recently initiated, they haven't fully observed the Morris work. Yeah. 0 SWC round 1 repeaters. Yeah. Colossus and Harley Quinn, definitely. Ralph, I had rumours that they are correcting the awful Germans of Morlock's name. Too bad. Okay, so the Demonist Observant. I'm looking forward to this one. The profile looks awesome. Vulcan Shotgun again.
Not yet. Which makes sense. Burn, Heretic Burn, I think was...
Yeah. And a friend. I don't know how they. I'm looking forward to how they're going to put this on the base.
Yeah, that could be posed really interestingly on the base.
Yeah, that could be pretty cool. Let's interact again. And where are they?
You've just gone past it. Down again. Down again.
Here we go. Yeah, so guard. That's why the demon is going to be on there. Counterintelligence. Fair enough.
It's a nice skill to have, especially if you're going to. It would be easy to run these as a single combat group faction. There's a lot of things in here that are very expensive, and if you are running a single combat group, you're going to want counterintelligence, so you don't lose too many orders if you go first.
Yeah. Which I think with the being mid-20s, 30s, 40s points value, it's highly likely you're going to have a single group.
You certainly are only going to have a single group.
Yeah, I don't have to think too much then. Lieutenant +1 order for NCOs, which
all
is
those
nice.
Moiras.
Yes, which I'd probably go for. I think I saw the internet this afternoon that they were melting down because you can take this in normal nomads.
Okay, so I don't have a problem with things in the sector being available to vanilla nomads or things being exclusive to the tutorial. I think the thing that feels slightly weird about this for me is this is the only observant profile of the new ones that is available to vanilla nomads, so it feels anachronistic with everything else. If all the other observants are too proud to go and join vanilla nomads, why is the demonist with the lieutenant option happy to go and lead vanilla nomad factions?
He wants to see. Well, yeah, he wants to show the rest of the nomad nation how cool the nuns are.
Okay, I mean, I don't mind either way. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not upset by it at all.
I can see
I can see why people are, but
I can see that.
I can see it changing.
I can see that NCO being very useful in some of the other nomad armies.
You don't get that much stuff with NCO.
No,
I don't think. I'm struggling to remember in vanilla if there's that much stuff with NCO. Outside of the Moiras, who we've already established you don't want as a sniper who's about to lose their mind and charge up the top of the building. But it's... I can understand why people think... It does feel a little bit odd. Apparently Gators have NCO. Everyone is shouting at me. I'm sorry, I forgot Gators.
Okay, yeah, you take Gators and away you
go.
go.
Alright, I'm sorry. I'll never forget again.
Yeah, she got marital arts level 2, 20, so you kind of not. CC's not bad. that double action close combat weapons, which is one of my favourites. Because when you do hit, you're doing more damage.
And
if you're getting 17 plus, you're doing 3 dice.
You have the infantry, so you're still hackable. So I don't have to get within line of sight of you.
Built-in firewall.
You got ECM?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not that easy.
36 points AV Kroby is quite a lot.
Yeah, and if you've got guard and you can see your hacker,
yeah,
you can just send your little demon after you. Yeah. Do you want to hack me or do you want to fight the demon? It's up to you. What's the?
Oh, we've got lots of comments. I just want the demon is for the doggo. I can understand that. Yeah, the model does look good, Kroby. It should be interesting to see what they do with it. More bad dad jokes from Ogre.
Yeah, Scooby Dooby Betty. Yes, Ogre. I wish it would be more like the Andromeda or the attack than a bipedal thing like Alpha. It could be on all fours. We just don't know yet. With that, that could be an all four things. You just don't. Could be anything really, couldn't it?
There's certainly options for interesting posing.
Yeah, the Alpha is awful sculpt.
I'm going to disagree with you there, Steve. I quite like it. Sorry.
The forum was having a complete moment. It was, yes. Bless the forums. The meltdown was the +1 lieutenant order thing in the vanilla faction. With a gator? Why not? Spread the word. Gators. Hoppy gators. Gators. Yeah, okay. Gators. We got it. Gators.
Whoops.
But she is fine. She is fine. Says Kroby.
The sky isn't falling. The internet just lost its mind temporarily.
36 points is a lot, though. I don't think it's that bad. Not for what you get. I don't think 36 points is bad at all.
It's a lot for an obvious lieutenant.
Yeah.
It's a lot for an obvious lieutenant.
I think it depends on the mission.
And it doesn't have mimetism, so it's, you're going to have to hide it. Because you can't take on a long-range firefight with a Vulcan shotgun.
No, but if you've got a decent amount of cover and depending on the mission, I think that could be very useful. Yeah, shotgun. Gators a natural born warrior with MA level 2. Oh, geez, that would be funny with extra orders. Also, some people are screaming about the barometric visor thing because it makes them hard to kill in lieutenant hunting missions.
Only if you're going after them with assassin fides or specular killers. If you're just using old-fashioned violence, it's fine.
Yeah.
If in doubt, apply gunfire.
Shoot. 36 for a doggo as well is fine. Yes, crouching tiger. I think it's not a bad price, depending on mission and your table setup. Same price as Saladin. Fair enough.
Saladin's good lieutenant choice.
Yeah.
Again, quite obvious. You can hide him.
You can spend 36 points on models without dogs and then horrifically worse because of it.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Definitely. Okay, so I think we've looked at my favourite one, so one for the future. Yeah.
Okay.
That's coming to come up. Okay, so we've got the Church of the Observant and we've got the regular Bakunin. Now, you have a theory on this, don't you?
I thought this was a very interesting slide for them to include. It very much looks like they're suggesting you can run this as two separate sectorials. You can run it as an observance sectorial, or you can run it as Bakunin weird and crazy.
So is it going to be a sectorial within a sectorial, or do you think we might...
We could get a break. We could get Bakunin and observance as sectorials in the future. I don't know. I just thought it was a very interesting slide for them to include. I've never seen them break down a sectorial that way before.
It's something new. And he did say more was coming.
He did say more was coming.
So that would be interesting to... we will watch his career with interest.
Right. I mean, so a lot of my favourite Bakunin units are actually what he's described as regular Bakunin. I don't think there's anything regular about Bakunin at all. And you've got Zeros, Prowlers, which have needed new sculpts for ages. I look forward to seeing what they do with them. They've got some really nice profiles in there. So
I think it'll be a while before they do the weird Bakunin.
They're not weird.
Yeah. The more Bakuning of Bakuning. Yeah, the more
Well,
what that mothership was set up for.
he did say we're going to be seeing new Uberfile commandos, didn't he? Chimeras and Pupniks.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
What's next?
Let's have a quick look at the thing. Whoever used Speculos or Fides. I don't know why these lists exist. Yeah, you do. You do know why these lists exist because it can split up. The Chimera is coming. Yes. Zeros and Prowlers are coming too.
Did I miss that? I only had a chance to watch the video once. So I need to go back and rewatch.
Yeah, it's all good stuff. Okay. Oh, look at them. Koalas. And the Hulang. I quite like the Hulang as well. The Hulang's pretty cool. Can you tell I quite like Eugene?
Mainly koalas.
Yeah.
It's really nice that they've redone the crazy koalas after all these years. They look much more koala-y than they used to.
They're definitely more koala-esque. Yeah.
And the Hulang is nice too.
Yeah, the crazy koalas are very adorable.
I think the crazy koalas look terrifying. Those eyes are scary.
That's supposed to be scary. When you know, just blow up. In the dark, one running towards you. That's. So let's have a quick look. I think the koalas are scarier than the hula girl. Not a hula girl. He's like an elite warrior. The right one wants to eat my soul.
They look like Doctor Who villains.
They do. Yeah, definitely are. We'll get these for nomads. Yes.
I need a box just full of crazy koalas to replace all my existing ones. 9 Pupniks be viable. Well, 9 Pupniks sounds terrifying, Chilburn. The damn things never go down. They just dodge everything.
Okay.
More koalas.
Yeah, more koalas.
Oh, look, there's a tag too.
And the tag. That's wanted a resculpt for a long time.
I think the Oyuroi is deserving of a resculpt to match the rest of the JSA that they've done. I quite like the sculpt.
He looks beefy. You can tell that they're not spending money on metal anymore.
I think they're trying to push what they can get done in Seocast. They want to really prove that they can go somewhere other than metal and maintain that level of detail that we all expect from Corvus Belli and that they expect from themselves, in all honesty. But I like him.
Yeah,
I might have to bring my JSA off the shelf and use them once he's around.
Yeah, Kirby's. This looks wonderful. He's a beefy boy. He certainly is a beefy boy. Spaceman!
Yay! Some O12.
Wild parrot. I can't wait to see that.
We've had a wild parrot before.
Not like that though.
Panda have had one. I don't think it looks like that.
It just looks like it's pootling along. You can imagine in Zero G going.
I like these, the Sarkos. I think they're quite an interesting addition for Starmarder. I think they're going to fill a nice little gap. And I do like the look of them. They look like they belong in space. They look cracking.
Yeah. Okay, so I kind of wish they kept the Oyo slim. I don't know, I kind of like it big.
He looks more samurai-esque now he's chunkier.
But the new one looks amazing, yes. Hoppy, you should ask CB for a big testing box of these tiny hug bears after they look a lot like your logo. I'm waiting for the new sculpt of the pandas. That's going to be awesome. We're going to have a whole episode just on the new
just on pandas.
Just on pandas. I'm not sure about the Uber shoulder pads. Yeah, okay, they are studded gaiter now, layered Orion shoulders. I'm not sure. I don't know. I kind of like it. And Crowbeat Starmarder got a glow up.
I do like that one. I love this model. I'm not sure about the profile for it.
One.
Yeah, that's chappy.
It is a bit chappy, isn't
It's
it?
very chappy. Looks cool.
Yeah.
We're jumping straight back onto a laugh as well then.
If you want, I can
No.
find. Would you like me to
No.
find the bread? I can go. I'm going. I'm gone.
He's gone.
I'm gone.
I've upset him now. So these guys are 20 points. Well,
Oops.
you need to be in Star Marder. No,
I'm in Star Marder now.
right at the bottom.
Right at the bottom. That one.
The bottom one. Seku bots.
There we go.
I'm not sure about the profile. I'm not sure where I'm going to use it. And I think they can go into a couple of fire teams, but
20 points.
the 20 points are not bad. The acrylic cannon, I'm not sure. I'll only get 2 shots with it.
They do look like the O12's Dakini,
They do.
but with police guns instead of death guns.
Yeah, I get that, Crow. They are definitely fillers for a fire team. They're not too expensive. I don't know. I was kind of when I saw the model, I was kind of expecting some of them to do a little bit more. So when I had a close look at the profile, but well.
Oh, let's go on to Machaon. I like Machaon. He's an auto-include with me for my armies.
Croby, I had not noticed that before. You're right. He does look like Bruce Campbell. I can now not unsee that, Croby. Thank you very much.
Yep, he's there forever now. Okay, so look quite as Bruce in this one, but yeah. He's got more hair than the old one. Definitely got more hair.
He's got a new L host, jacket. And the new L host had better hair.
Yeah, and a padded jacket.
He's a nice model. I don't have the old one, and he is a really nice profile. I've suffered on the receiving end of him for years.
Yeah, these clips, grenades, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, turnabout is fair play. I should be getting one for myself.
There we go. Ajax.
And they kept his battle satchel.
Gotta take his sandwiges. Where's he going to put his sandwiges if he doesn't take his satchel?
That's where the combi rifles are.
Yeah. Oh, I like Ajax. He is. I have to struggle to get his profile into the army, but once he's in there, he's so much fun.
He is.
He knocked down walls and all sorts for me.
He's got. I mean, Achilles is the poster boy. He's the golden child for Aleph, but the lore for Ajax is just so cool. It's so hard not to want to take him. He was the prototype. For those of you who don't know, and I'm sure all of you do, he was the prototype body when they were trying to perfect things for the L host for Achilles. But the regular rank and file Myrmidons took to him so greatly that he wasn't decommissioned. He was just reprogrammed as Ajax. In summary, he's fantastic.
He's loads of fun. Oh, and Phoenix. Phoenix is another one that's generally auto-included for me. He either wipes out your army or he dies round 1, turn 1. There's no in between.
He does appear to be quite binary for you.
Yeah, and look at that. He's got that very arrogant look. I'm going to either wipe you out or I'm going to leave the table early.
I hope the pose that they go for the sculpt looks like the art there. Yeah. I quite like that stance. Tactical rock and all.
That does look good. He looks a lot more beefy than the old sculpt as well. I'm hoping that. So let's have a quick look at the chat. He looks 10 years younger. Machaon, he does definitely look 10 years younger. Ajax with his tiny head.
He doesn't have a lot going on between the ears, does Ajax? He doesn't need a big head.
He doesn't, no. It's just a target for somebody, isn't it? So let's keep it small. Look great. I hope Phoenix scars are sculpted on. I bet they will be.
If they're not, I'm not going to manage to paint them, so...
No.
I know my limits.
Okay. We're getting to the end. Oh, this was a big thing for me in that Adepticon. So what are your thoughts, people in the chat? My first thought was, do we need reinforcements if we've got things like infiltrators, parachutists, that kind of thing, that can bring units on later on in the game when you need that extra kick, if you know what I mean?
It's tied in with the new book that's coming.
Yes.
The new book's going to move the story on. And from what Carlos was saying, things are not going well for humanity. So, does this mean that... Does this mean that we are going to be fighting battles reactive, so you're going to only start with 200 points, and you're going to get 100 points to bring on as reinforcements. I don't know how they're going to do it.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be a big thing.
If they change it so you've got part of your army at the start and part of it coming on later, that's going to be a big change to how things work.
Well, we'll mix things up. Or is it reinforcements as in more tower?
You just thought he meant more models, did you, Ogre? But it says new rules, new units. Does that just mean new equipment, new guns, new toys?
New tower.
There aren't going to be any more new tower.
Yeah, but they'd be reinforcements. if they're getting through the what do you call it? Where the through the warp portals, where the ships stop people coming through.
Oh, so through the gates and
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
If that is all changing, then more tower can come in and reinforce us. And if things are that looking
But the
that
Daedalus
bad,
gate has fallen,
yeah, but we need reinforcements.
which has cut us off from the tower.
Yeah, well, it could be something to do with that spaceship game. That spaceship game, Archaon's Fall.
I'm kind of interested to see what they do with this. I wasn't grabbed by Robo Rally. What's it called? Remote Racers. Rem Racers. Hasn't grabbed me.
Do you know what? I think Rem Racers is looking good. I think it's gonna be a great beer and crisp game. If you have a few beers, things like that, I think it'll be fine.
I'm sure it's going to be a great game. It just hasn't appealed to me personally. I have games like that already in my collection.
We play Gaslands, which I think it's going to be very close to, because it's got go faster, can't go around that corner kind of stuff. So,
but the spaceship game it intrigues me.
We've played spaceship games before. We played.
I have,
Yeah,
but I don't
that?
have one at the moment.
What was the?
It was Firestorm Armada.
That was a
Spartan
fella.
game.
Yeah, the Spartan game
doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, shame. But that was good. I used to enjoy that. I enjoyed that small scale battle. That was fun for me. I think I've still got Dystopian Wars somewhere unbuilt, because I've never actually
We're getting
got rid of
way off track. Ogre's going to shout at us in a minute.
No, okay. But yeah, spaceship game. I'm looking forward to that. I really am. I'm hoping that's kind of coming.
I saw someone say extra in the comments. I am looking forward to the extra coming back. I am looking forward to the extra coming back. I can remember them from first and second edition. I want to see them again.
The insects.
Insects in space.
Okay, let's have a quick look at there. So, where are we? Kroby, maybe it's a rule that allows more units than 15 cap over 3 rounds for the reinforcements. It might do.
Could be.
We just don't know.
We've only got one word. We are all just guessing.
Yeah, it's like they are building us up to kind of drive us crazy. Like
God
they do.
damn it! It's like they know what they're doing.
Coaching Otter, or its units with this rule only deploy on turn 3. That'd be strange.
That'd be weird.
Yeah. It's Ogre says it's when the French come back. Behave. Rapid response, maybe Ogre. Ben Griffiths, love the idea if Rem Racers. Yeah, I like the idea of
I'm
Rem
sure
Racers.
it's going to be a great little game. It just doesn't grab me personally.
I will get it. You
sure.
can play my copy.
Cool.
We can have a couple of beers one evening.
Hey, this is sounding better and better.
Yeah, a couple of beers one day. We can play that. Oh, yeah, I'll buy it. I'll paint it up. We'll play. XR's coming back in from some forethought. Yeah.
Bring back the bugs.
Bring back the bugs. Rem Racers also sounds like a couple of board games like Formula D or Victor Race. They're all racing games are generally racing games. You can't really get around them.
There's a limit to how much you can do with them.
Yeah. Chillburn. So many things already to break the 15 unit cap already.
You still got 50. With things like tactical awareness and peripherals and all the other bits and pieces.
NCOs. Okay. But it'll be interesting to see what they do. I think dropping that single word in the Adepticon seminar, I think that's going to get the forums going. It's going to get people talking about it, and we'll see what they do with it.
Which was their main aim, let's be honest. Their main aim was to get us excited about something that's not happening until August.
Yeah.
Job done, well done. Didn't the extra get wiped out in the fluff? Not all of them. So
I I know
My
nothing.
memory's a little hazy because it was a while ago. The extra that were initially part of the Combined Armies attack against humanity came from one clan or one company, and they were basically double dealing under the table and selling guns to people they shouldn't have been. So the EI made an example and wiped out that entire clan or trading house or whatever they were called. But there are still other extra out there, as I understand it.
Other clans and things.
Yeah.
15 order clan, the better way to say it. Yes.
Yeah. The 15 orders is a... it's more of a guideline than an actual rule.
Okay. So, let's wrap it up. Now, I've had a good look at that. So, the Bakunin box. You've moved all the things.
I have to put back. Give me a second.
So the Bakunin box, for me, I've had a good look at them. I am really pleased with the sculpts in them. I really like the Cinnabites. For me, they are my favourite. I don't know what you guys think, but the Cinnabites are really nice. I haven't got a Cassandra, so that'd be cool. Orders in for another set of this anyway. So, and I think you've got a few more days to get it ordered. Well, hopefully.
All the models in the box are lovely. They were all a joy to assemble. Nothing on there that was a major problem at all. A couple of little bits of filler needed. That was it. I didn't have to pin anything. I didn't have to fight with anything. They weren't Legong's wings, which can go away.
Yeah, you got.
I didn't like them.
A lot of Thunder's wings. No.
I didn't like those at all. They can go away.
Okay. But for me, that's fine. What's who's out of that new pack? Which is for you?
Oh, my favourite model out of the pack. For me, it's a close call between Mother Agatha or Robin Hook. I prefer Mother Agatha's sculpt. I prefer Robin Hook's profile. I'm really interested to see what I can do with that super mobile self-defense repeater with my vanilla nomads. And Moran Masai and Tunguska Interventors and all the other good hacking goodness.
Space Wizards again.
So personally for me at the moment, that's the... How much I'm going to play Bakunin themselves, I don't know. I like some of the sculpts, I like some of the profiles. I'm not sure I like the idea of playing just nuns in space without any of the other weirdness. So we'll have to wait and see.
I kind of like the idea. I'm definitely going to paint it up and see how we go on. But
so you're going to go from one religious faction to another religious faction.
No, I've got lots of using to do.
You've got a lot of using to do. That's fine.
Yeah.
So religious, communist religions.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I've got lots of things in my space Nazis as well. I've got a lot of LF to do as well. Okay. So with that, I think we're wrapping it up.
I think we've pretty much covered everything. We've probably missed some stuff. There was a lot to cover. Thank you guys very much for joining us to chat about things.
Oh, this was fun. I'm looking forward to doing it again later. So this was great fun. I'll let you finish.
Okay, guys. Thank you again for joining us. Enjoy your weekend. Take care, and we'll